Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm here.
You are here, and so am I.
That's the most enthusiastic answer I can give you right now.
Yeah, I get it. So what's going on?
Oh, not a whole lot. Gotta get new fuses because the kitchen's without power. So yeah.
Oh, well, that's always fun. What's the temp there?
Yep. Uh, 55. So I'm kind of lucky right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, fuses is a relatively easy fix. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what it is because it was weird. I came home after a long day and the kitchen light wouldn't turn on, the porch light wouldn't turn on. I think the fridge was on at one point, and the coffee maker went to shit. So now I gotta wait until Home Depot wants to open up and go buy more fuses.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Well, I am sorry to hear that you are going through that.
it is what it is.
Yes,
And
it
I don't even
is.
have coffee yet, so I'm kind of upset about that.
I get that. I get that. Well, I ended up staying with a friend last night who who's having some medical problems, and she was given a year to live, and so that was a little heavy.
Yeah, I'm going through some of that myself, so
And
I'm right there with you.
yeah, and so and I came over to visit yesterday, and she was having problems breathing. She's got two lung diseases. Um,
Oh,
yeah, and both of which kill you. And
right.
the first one she's had for a long time, and she's been battling, and the second one is sounds like this is going to be the one that's really taking a toll on her health. And so she was having problems breathing last night, and she was scared. And so I said, "Well, do you want me to stay with you?" She's like, "Well, you don't have to." Well, I know I don't have to, but I mean, if you're not comfortable, then I'm not comfortable.
But I asked, do you want me to?
Yeah, so I stayed. So I'm still here, and she's sleeping, and I'm out in the lobby, so I'm not disturbing her.
Well, you're disturbing me. Ha, how about that?
Haha. You asked for it.
Yeah, I suppose I did.
Hmm.
Yeah, my friend, I don't know what he's got, a stage four or something of cancer. I can't. He told me at one point, but he, I don't even think he has a year. But I don't know. I don't know if he's doing treatment. I don't because at one point it was making him sick and feel like absolute junk. But I mean, that's kind of the thing with chemo. It's one of those weird things that messes you up more than it helps you at times, and it just you're basically poisoning your body.
Well, that's what it is. It's it's like the strongest poison that they can give you without killing you.
But yeah, but I'm just saying because a lot of times you die of liver failure and all that before you die of cancer. At least that's what I was hearing. Who knows if that's true or not? But the point being, I guess he's got not long to live, so we're trying to, me, him, and his son have been friends for years, and so we're just trying to make all the memories we can. Meanwhile,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Since I've been gone, because I've been gone for 5 years now, and the amount of people that have been dealing with cancer. I mean, my age, and I'm only 52. Um, People my age with children suffering from cancer. it's just it's mind blowing. I and I get that, there's a lot of there's a lot to cancer. Like, obviously, we are prone to cancer genetically, some of us, and then environmental issues, and then behaviors, of course, can play into that as well. But I just wonder if that area, like, what is going on in that area that everyone has cancer?
I don't know.
Because
I
everybody
mean,
seems to have cancer.
yeah. I mean, my whole family. I mean, it runs in our. Well, I'm assuming your side of the family too. My family, it runs rampant, and so I mean, there's genetics, there's environmental, there's the government. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I know that my mom dealt with cancer. I believe Aunt Lynn dealt with cancer.
yes, yes. I know Aunt Linda. I didn't know your mom. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, that was a
That's
while
right.
ago though. Yeah.
Aunt Lynn did. I don't think Grandma did. Grandpa might. I don't know.
No, no, mm-mm. Not to my knowledge. No, Grandpa never did.
Um, I don't think Jeff or I can't think of her name.
Annette?
Um, maybe yeah. They I thought I think that one of them did, and Dad told me. I said I don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
I never liked them anyways, and they're just weird.
I don't know. I couldn't. I really don't know about anyone else. I don't really keep in contact with anyone else, so I would
Well,
not
which
know.
kind of brings us into our main thing, family.
Oh, family. Joys and not joys.
I, and yes, said it all without saying it, but said something.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I've always found it interesting how the dynamic of family, I mean, obviously we need a family. It's designed that way for a reason because when we're born, we can't take care of ourselves and we don't know anything and we need to be taught, we need to be led, and we need to be guided. And then we get put into these families, and some of them have no idea how to do any of those things for us. And then we're just kind of stuck in limbo, figuring it all out for ourselves.
yeah.
Or they teach us
Yeah.
all the wrong things, and then we have to unlearn the things and figure out what exactly it is that we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and it's one of those where I mean, some family kids aren't lucky. They don't have. I mean, they have parents that wanna. They're stuck doing their own thing, and the kids are just there. Uh, I mean, I think I got lucky in some aspects, and then some were like I met some sides of my family that I wish I hadn't kind of deal, and
Yeah.
so yeah, you know,
Yeah, family is always an interesting topic for many reasons. Um I know that when I became, old enough to create my own family, the desires that I had to end, generational traumas and
yeah.
the all the things that we experienced that we shouldn't have, that no one should have to, and then it's our responsibility to do better by, the generations, the next generations to come.
Well, that's just it. You know, like a lot of so much trauma, so much abuse, mentally, physically, whatever, and then you try to unlearn that, you try to detach it, and by the dreams, the views, the visions, or whatever you had for your children when you actually had them, like most women dream of what their wedding would be like, some dream of what it would be like to raise their own kids and undo all that trauma. And so, I mean, it just starts as soon as that. I mean, it's one action, it's one word. It could be many things to undo all that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's crazy how, a lot of so much is ingrained in us, and we may not even know at times that we are perpetuating trauma, which I know that there have been plenty of circumstances where my kids had to bring it to my attention, that this may not be the best way. And, or, this is making me feel a certain type of a way. And then I had to reflect and really dive into what I said or what I did. Why did I say it? Why did I do it? Where did it come from? And how moving forward am I never going to do that again? And that's the beauty of the relationship that I have with my kids, is that I feel that we have a pretty open relationship where, everyone feels safe enough to say, hey, that doesn't work for me, or hey, that hurt my feelings, or hey, you made me feel uncomfortable. And
Well, and I'm sure there was plenty of times where you got all pissed off because they brought it to your attention. One, for many reasons. You're like, why are you questioning me? Two, why, don't be talking to me like that kind of thing. And then there's the, oh wow, I see it. How, even though now I'm putting it on you, I'm mad at myself. Why did I just say and or do that?
yeah, yeah,
It's a multi-layered diarrhea of action
yeah, for real.
and words, but yeah.
I'm glad that I've gotten to the point where I am able to, I don't have to get angry anymore when someone brings something to my attention, because it is a moment of growth. It is not, I think that growing up, because we were criticized in such a harsh light, there wasn't a lot of kindness when we were growing up. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah,
There
oh
was a
yeah.
lot of criticism. There was a lot of do what I say, not as I do. You know, it was just a different
The
time. And
the
so I think,
proverbial double standard.
yeah, so as I grew up, I think that taking criticism or accepting criticism was difficult because it felt hurtful, and I didn't understand that it wasn't supposed to hurt. It was a moment of insight so that you could grow. But I never saw it that way because the people around me, the adults around me, couldn't accept criticism.
No.
So it was definitely a trickle down, and something that has been very hard to unlearn, but I'm doing it. And I know that when people come to me and they need to discuss my behavior, or, something that I might have said, or whatever it may be, I have to put myself in my place where my mouth is closed and my ears are open, and I do not say anything until they are done talking. And I have to remember that this is not an attack. But if I
Yep.
don't keep that
And
in mind, I might come sideways.
well, and that's just the thing. You and I both have that issue.
Mhm.
We struggle with that a lot. Like, for instance, if you remember that conversation we had, you got real upset and real aggressive. And I won't lie that I was pretty uncomfortable with the whole thing, but I try to stay calm and cool, and I just kept my mouth shut about it. And, because we both have our disagreements on things, and that's okay. That's what makes us our individual self. And, but I just stayed in the conversation because, a lot of times in life, how easy is it to quit, back away, and just, or just get pissed off and blow up at the person. But
Well, those are easy, right? I mean, I
yeah.
think running
Oh, well,
away is
yeah.
like the world's easiest thing to do. And then blowing up on somebody and building that wall so that they don't feel comfortable coming to you. So you've achieved what you wanted. You want distance. So you
Yeah.
built that wall and now they say, I see that wall and I'm not even gonna attempt to cross.
Well, and the whole thing of what was it that you said? Oh God. Oh my God, that's gonna drive me nuts. Like not so much borders, but it was so
Boundaries.
they thank you. Boundaries. Setting boundaries. Um but yeah, I'll say this, like for future times if we have disagreements, let's just if we feel each other getting a little heated up, we'll say, hey, let's discuss something else, and then go on with a different conversation,
That's
and
fair. That's fair.
but and in the spirit of family, it hurts the most because it's coming from family, especially the family you were born into.
Mm-hmm.
You get the individualism and each and every one of them, and then so trying to pinpoint how to exactly talk to someone, how to handle that person, how to guide that conversation
Mm,
is trying and troublesome at times.
yeah.
And so when you think you got a handle of one person, okay, I know how to guide this conversation and not be stupid about it, or just, because there's times where you're going to say something that's going to
Well, you want to
irritate
be
someone.
conscientious because you're not stupid.
Yes.
You just want to be
Yeah.
conscientious and you want to be
Yeah.
considerate of everyone. And that's such a beautiful aspect of Brian because there's so many people that really don't care about that. So I appreciate that about you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's just, and it's weird too because it's even people I dislike immensely. I just, um, I'm still worried about hurting people's feelings, and I hate that with a passion. And hate's a strong word, so to give an idea of how much I dislike that. Um,
I think that's a
and
beautiful characteristic that you can set aside your personal feelings and still embrace the human. I don't know that that's something to hate. I think that that's something to embrace.
yeah, it's just, I
As long as you're
everybody.
setting boundaries and protecting yourself, of course.
That's where I struggle, but still learning. Still learning.
So that's the issue then. It's not the latter. It's the fact that after you are, seeing the person as the human and treating the person as a human, then you have lost the ability to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we all struggle with at times. Some are better at doing that, and some like me aren't so great at it because we're too busy worrying about everybody else and wanting them to be okay because we've gone through some shit. And whether it be family or friends, and sometimes it's even the odd combination of it hurts more coming from friends than family
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the expectation has changed. It's
Well,
changed momentum, and then you're expecting it from one person but not the other, and then there's other times where you expect it from just flip flops.
yeah, yeah. I wanted to go back to something that you said about when family, says something or does something, how it hurts on a deeper level. And I've had to kind of dive into why that is. And I think in our family, I felt like love was very conditional.
Yeah.
So you had to be
Yeah.
good, you had to be quiet, you had to be, you had to do the things in order to receive. And that's not unconditional love. And
No, that's conditioned.
absolutely. And so I
It,
think that we as adults, we fear conflict. We fear, someone coming to us and saying, "Hey, maybe this doesn't work for me. This hurt my feelings or whatever." Because there we go back to that childlike mind, and we are going through the process. Oh, they're mad at me. Does that mean they don't love me anymore? Are they ever going to be able to love me? Like, how am I going to make them love me again? Like, that's
God,
that's an awful lot of pressure for anybody, but especially a little kid, and then to carry that through into our adulthood, and it absolutely affects our friendships and our intimate relationships and our
yes, it
working
does.
relationships and every relationship. It absolutely affects it.
Like, you know, eh, funny enough, I mean, that did hit. It hit hard. Um, but I remember when I was a kid, my second oldest brother would I would, because I was always the type that I'm very emotional, I'm very passionate. I'm just, I'm an empath, and so I feel differently than most, and he was just an ice cold block.
Yeah.
Just plain vanilla, just one motion, one action. That was it. So I remember I'd tell him how I felt, and he told me to F off, and that he didn't want to put up with my soap opera drama bullcrap kind of thing. And so it was just, he was always dismissive of how he was making me feel, which, it sucks because that's just how it is with guys. We don't care about each other's feelings apparently, and you can't talk about anything, family, friends, or otherwise, which is quite upsetting and sad that that's the way society is. But
I hope not all
I
guys are like that. I mean, I
well,
don't I'm really
I'm not like
hoping.
that.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
don't
not like that.
I don't think I think that's a generalized statement, and I'm hoping and praying that more people are moving out of that space. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Well,
interrupt.
well, all my friends are like that.
It's time to
You
pick
can't
new
re
friends. It's time to pick new friends then.
No, it's
Oh
it,
yeah, no, that's how that works. That's
it
definitely how that works. So I have learned in my life that when we have things that are not serving us, if we don't remove them, then there is no room for something new, something different, something healthier, something that is serving to us. And that is a hard thing to do, is removing
well,
family
and
slash friends that are negative.
right, and it's not that they're negative per se. It's mostly that with guys it works differently. It doesn't work that with and not to get into the whole thing, I want to briefly touch on this subject is, with guys, we don't really talk about our feelings. We don't. We just don't. It's the way we are. It's the way society made us. It was sometimes the way we are raised. We just do not do that. I try to. I'm different in that aspect. I try to, but I get shut down every time. And they aren't so much rude about it. It's they're, but it's just the way it is for us. And it doesn't have to be. It shouldn't be, but facts are facts. It is the way it is.
Well, I don't know that. I mean, I think that the area that you're in, that I'm from kinda is has a different type of a mindset because what I
Yeah.
experience here is not what you experience there. I have the most amazing male friends that have absolutely no problem discussing emotion, love, care,
But
hurt, pain,
you're a
tears.
you're
I mean,
female.
the whole thing. So I do believe that this is something that is, how do I say it? It's
But
regional.
you're female though.
I'm not talking
It's
about
easy.
females. I'm talking about males. My
I
male
know,
friends.
I know, I know. And I'm saying, but it's easier for a guy to open up to a female. If Cole maybe even ask your boyfriend, see if what he experienced, because that'd be a great idea, for you two to experience. But like it is easier for me to talk to a female. I don't know what it is. It almost just feels like a flip of a switch, honestly. Like I can, over times of being shut down or uh it just not working out, but then I can go to a female and because our interests are different, person to person kind of thing, male to female kind of thing, it's just easier for me to go to a female that I've never even met and just open up.
Hmm. Maybe
It
maybe it's the reception. Maybe women are more receptive. I don't know. It's
I
interesting.
think I think so. Women are just natural talkers. And that's not a bad thing. It's just they're good at it. They can think. I mean, I don't think it's not an everybody thing. I'm
Oh, of
sure
course, of
there's
course.
some that are horrible at talking, but for the most part, yeah. And not to get too far from the family thing, um, but as far as family goes, it's one of those. I mean, honestly, it kind of applies that for families too. There's this, I want to say, constipation of emotion and communication. And then you get stuck in that rut, then you get upset because no one's talking, no one's valuing your emotion, your opinion, everything. And then because there's so much constipation of all that, it's a never-ending nightmare of a rut.
Yeah, family definitely challenges without a shadow of a doubt. And I think that we take so much for granted because they're family and we have that assumption that they're always going to be there. But I think that's
Mm,
just not a good way to look at things. I think that we need to
I
treat everybody as if they are a gift. And
we have too much. I want to add on to what you just said, but we also have too much give. We let them slide too much because they're family.
yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we're just like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to ignore it, let it slide.
Are we letting
I
it slide though because they're family and we don't want the
No,
conflict
we're holding on to it, and they're going on with their day,
and we're not?
and yeah. So yeah, we're the ones getting screwed over, and be like, okay, well, I'm still thinking about it throughout the day because I do.
Oh, of
That's
course.
just me. I constantly think about it throughout the entire day, and it sucks because even when like yesterday when I was on my four-wheeler with my friend, you think that'd be the time to relax and let the mind just go limp, just not think about things. Nope. That's when I think the most. And
So
I
they
found
call that
myself,
ruminating thoughts when you get, one thing in your head and it just keeps playing over and over and over again. And I definitely experience that as well. And the most important thing to do in that situation, you have to put a stop to it. Like literally, like I have to say out loud, stop. Cause in my, it's like I'm talking to my, like I know I'm talking to myself, but when I'm talking in my head, it's not as, it just is not doing the trick. I have to literally say out loud, stop. What is this? How is this serving you? Are you solving this problem? No, you're just creating more and more and more
What it,
anxiety.
what it is venting to yourself. You're venting. That's what it is.
But does it
And
make you
think
feel
about it.
better? Does it solve anything? I
It
wonder.
does. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that you're venting. Like when you, so for instance, normally you can call up a friend. You can do whatever to someone. And hey, I need a vent. Okay, what's up? But and so and I just thought of it. I'm like, because it makes sense. It's like I have so much, again, constipation of feelings and thoughts and troubling whatever. And then I just start spewing off. It's like my safe place where I can just let it all out. And then afterwards, so it does it's not a exact science. So to answer your question, I don't really think it helps. Subconsciously, I believe it does, but as far as the aware part of us, I don't really think it does a whole lot. If that makes any sense, but
So then if it's not helpful, then it needs to stop. Because I know that when I
mm,
start, when I start spinning, I call it spinning. And so the same thought will repeat over and over and over again. And it's almost like I'm punishing myself. Well, I know that's what's happening. For some reason, I have guilt, I have shame about something that I did, something that I said, or something that I didn't do or say. And then the thought will just keep going over and over and over in my head. And I absolutely now believe that that is how I inflict pain upon myself. It's self harm. That's exactly what I'm
yeah.
doing. I'm punishing myself. Because
Well,
if
yeah, because
someone
you're,
externally isn't doing it, then I've got to do it because I'm so used to being punished.
yep,
That's awful. Oh my gosh, Brian, that's
that
awful to say that out loud.
that's spot the hell on. Will you get out of my damn head?
Well, we come from the same damn place. That's the problem. Oh man.
Damn that family pool.
Yeah, yeah. But it is definitely time for us to stop punishing ourselves. We've had enough. We don't need to do it anymore.
Yeah, no. I mean, life for me is already hard enough, and that's me saying. And normally I'd say life's hard for everybody, but fuck everybody. Life's hard for me.
Right?
And if you know me as well as you say you do, kind of thing, you know just how long it took me to finally say that. Because I'm so worried about everybody else, I'm like, nah, it's me time.
See, I absolutely relate to what you're saying. I do find comfort in the fact that I know that I'm not alone, that the whole world is struggling and everyone's struggle looks different. And some
Yep.
people have relationship struggles, and some people have family struggles, and some people have educational struggles, and some people have work struggles. You know what? Doesn't matter what it is, a struggle is still a struggle.
Oh yeah,
But
very much.
it definitely gives me some peace to know that there is not not a person that walks this earth that is free and clear of all of those things. And that's where the beauty comes in, where we get to, find that camaraderie and that friendship. And unfortunately, I feel like trauma is one of those things that a trauma bond. Like, how many times have you met someone, or you were in a situation that wasn't ideal? You probably wouldn't have ever even talked to the person or liked the person in any other circumstance, but because y'all were stuck together in the shittiest situation, you needed each other, so there it is.
Yep.
That's, yeah, yeah, definitely something that I would like to move out of. I don't want to be in that place anymore. I don't.
Yeah, and and the other thing is people got to be careful about the whole, well, uh, but forget about other people kind of thing, and their problems. I gotta worry about me. Here's the thing about that. It's not one-sided. It's because the fact is you gotta work. If you get too deep into that thought process of I gotta protect myself, if you do that too much, then it's going to screw you over and it's going to screw everybody else over because, as at the same time, you got to be mindful of them, their feelings too, because you can't just completely go one way or the other. You still got to,
Well, no, we're here together on this earth. Like God put us here walking alongside of one another. So for us to completely isolate and dive into ourselves would be a sin. And then for us to not consider ourselves at all would be a sin. So it's finding that balance.
yeah, and that's just it. It's one of those things where, you know, I personally have found, um, I like to call it like limbo, but in a different way of what limbo is traditionally thought as and is. Um, but I think of it as a limbo situation that I'm in with, you know, caring about more than others and then having that constant struggle of I got to take care of myself too. I think in a way, because I like to look at it as the positive side of that because it keeps me right in the middle. So if I just learn to channel that better, I can take care of myself and I can help others too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that metaphor that they give you when you're on the airplane and they say, if the cabin loses pressure and the oxygen mask falls down, what's the first thing they tell you to do? Don't help
Right.
anybody. Put that on your face because if you die, you can't help anybody else.
I've only been on an airplane once, so and that wasn't said.
Oh, they say it on every airplane. You were not paying attention, sir. Yes. So they literally go through the safety features on the airplane, and that is the thing that they say is that if the cabin starts losing pressure and the oxygen mask falls from the ceiling, you are to put that on your face first. Then, if someone around you needs assistance, that is what you do. Because if you stop and you think about it, if you have no oxygen, you die. If you are dead, you are of no assistance. So
Yeah.
I have to literally imagine that scenario in my mind for like, probably many times a day when I'm in situations where I'm like, what is the most important thing here? What is the priority? Well, it's got to be me first, and then everything else will fall into place.
Yeah.
And when I'm
Yeah.
on my best game is when I'm definitely best equipped to help others.
And honestly, I think I'm just built different. And it took me a long time to come to peace with that because I so badly wanted to be like everyone else and fit into that nook, of popularity. And it took, sadly enough, it took me my damn near my whole life to figure out that isn't the way.
It doesn't even exist,
Um,
Brian. That is not even a thing. Popularity, it's not real. It's in our
it was
head.
when we were it was when we were kids
Well, no,
and in
it
school.
was a deception because guess what?
Right.
Think about the popular kids in school when you were in school. Are they still popular today?
Oh God, no.
Good morning.
We're just
Yeah, they're
we're
not
just our
because
own selves.
it was all fictitious. It
Oh
was
no,
not
no, I
real.
know. And that's the point I was getting to is, you know, when we when we're kids, it's God, let's put it this way. It was the trend. It was the thing that we all thought that was real. And as you get older, go through certain experiences, you learn that that doesn't matter anymore, that it was never a thing, that you don't care because that's the right mindset. It's the right train of thought, you know. And it took me forever to figure that out. And because everybody was too busy doing their own thing, too busy about all them. And then, you get a bunch of group of people that have that same thought, and then you don't because you want to do more for others than yourself. And then again, it took me a good portion of my life to realize, hey, I got to take care of myself too. And whether you're around other people, you're around family, it is hard to, again, set boundaries, especially for yourself, not just others, but for yourself.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, okay, well, it's enough of helping them out and making them feel better and putting a smile on their face. It's your turn.
Now, see, if what you're doing for them isn't putting a smile on your face, why are you doing it?
No, it is. That's the whole point. That's
Okay.
why I do it.
Okay.
That's why I do it.
Because
Because I don't even need, I just need some kind of confirmation that it brightened someone's day. And even though I'm having a shitty day, that makes me feel better. And it kind of helps me out in a way too. So it's not a one-sided thing. It's a this or that. Like just as you want something, you got to pay for it. It's kind of like that. I
right.
saw a smile, I saw some kind of acceptance, and man, thanks. It just brightened my day up. Well, it brightened my day up too because you're now in a better place. So,
It's so funny when you remember when I was waitressing years ago, and I was so freaking miserable. I hated it
mm,
so much. And I remember venting to my mom about it one day, and
oh boy,
and I was just like, I hate this and I hate that, and she said to me, maybe if you shift your thought process and instead of saying hate all the time, maybe if you give yourself a task. And I'm like, what? And she
makes
said,
sense.
give yourself
Distraction.
a task. She says, instead of going in and telling yourself how much you hate it and feeding into the negativity, she says, what if you try to make one person smile, one customer a day smile? So,
That's it.
me, I'm like, oh, challenge. Let's see what I can do. So I took that to heart and I went to work and I tried it on for size. And then it became I don't want to just make one person smile. I want to make two people smile. And then I want to make five people smile. And then how many people can I make smile? And then the next thing you know, it wasn't their smile anymore. It was mine. And then I didn't have to try anymore. It just became who I was, I guess. My
Well,
tips
that's
got
yeah.
better. My day went
Well, that's
faster.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like yeah, because okay, so I'll say this. So to add on to this, my friend, childhood friend, who we are no longer friends with because his mental illness got the best of him, schizophrenia,
Mm,
mild form, but and I just couldn't put up with it any longer, so I had to do the only thing I could and just walk away, unfortunately.
sure.
So he was always in the thought process of, oh man, today's gonna suck, or if we went to go, I said, hey, let's go do this tomorrow. It could be fishing, it could be whatever. And he already had in his mind that it was going to be a bad day. And I'm like, dude, if you keep telling yourself, basically convincing yourself that it's going to be a bad and shitty day, guess what?
It will.
You have already fucked your day.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
if you just say, hey, it possibly could be a good day. Oh, hey, look, it's starting to actually be pretty great. And then before you know it, it's already a good day.
To
So to add on to your waitressing thing, yeah, it's just like I said when you were describing it, it's a distraction from your original negative thinking.
and then you actually perpetuate something completely different, creating a much better environment for yourself and others.
Yep. And if you just keep saying to yourself and visualizing, and there's another word I'd like to say, but I can't think of it right now. But basically, if you say it enough, you start believing it, and you visualize it. It'll happen.
Well, yeah, it's an affirmation. And that is why, like, that it's funny that you're saying this right now, because I do positive affirmations every day, every night. And I was getting stuck in my affirmations because I was saying, I am good enough. I am loved. I am. And there were times in my mental illness that as I'm saying the things, I'm literally arguing with myself in my head, going, why are you lying? You're not happy. You're not safe. You know you're not. Why are you saying those things out loud? Why are you lying to yourself? Well, then a dear friend of mine said, shift the narrative, change the narrative, shift the energy. I said, okay, how?
One word at a time.
No, she said, it's not, I am happy. I deserve happiness. And by changing that narrative, and now I've incorporated that into the
Yeah, but
affirmations,
wouldn't
and
that be,
has made a difference because this isn't about what I am, this is about what I deserve and what I am going to aspire to.
yeah,
And that has definitely worked for me. And on that note, this has been a wonderful conversation.
yes.
I appreciate your time, Brian. It's always insightful.
And I appreciate yours. And I think we've both learned a lot. And I think a lot of people will get a lot from this as well.
Well, I hope they do. If nothing else, just know that it's never too late to reconnect with family. It is definitely never too late to have those open, honest conversations, as hard as they may be, because everyone gets something out of it. And never give
And
up.
we're perfect examples of that because we lost touch with each other for how long.
Yeah,
And now we are back in the groove of talking to each other and being what family should be.
that's right. That's what this is all about. I love you, cuz.
Love you too.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.